Everybody, and welcome back to Groove Code, and welcome back to the 8th video of my Python advanced tutorial series. Today's video I'm going to be teaching you about advanced error handling. So error handling is like raising errors and also known as accepting the exceptions. So whatever exception is accepted, you must have a try block first. So that's what I'll be teaching you in this tutorial for today. So first things first, we have to create a class. So class, and this is going to be, we're going to make our own class error because every error in Python is a class. So let me give you an example of an error. So when we have a syntax error, it's going to highlight in blue. It's because if you just check the type syntax error, and then if we go to idle, and we check the type syntax error, it says it's a class. So if we just type in syntax error, it's going to say class syntax error. Alright, so that's what every error is. So we're going to create our own class error. So type in class followed by the name of the error. So for this tutorial, I'll just call it insufficient funds error. It's going to inherit from exception, because exception is another class in Python which is also an error as well. So it is a type of error. Yeah, it is an error. So that's what it is. So now let's just define the initializer. Type in def underscore 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 init underscore underscore, and we just want to self, the balance, the amount. Okay, now we just want to call super dot init. Okay, just print a formatted string, say attempt to withdraw amount with a balance of the balance. Alright, now that we have displayed that, we can now create some class variables, so such as the balance equals the balance, the amount equals amount. And also, if you are new here and if you want to know how to code, start now by subscribing right now, because I make loads of Python tutorials and other computer stuff. So if you're interested in that kind of stuff, I want you to subscribe right now and turn on the post notifications so you don't miss out on any new videos. Okay, now let's continue. So we want to create another error, which is a negative deposit error. So type in class negative deposit error. It's going to from exception, and we just want to define init, and we just want to use self and the amount. Okay, now that we have that, now that we're defining our initializer, we want to call super dot init, and we just want to make this a formatted string, which is an F string for short, and say amount to deposit a negative account. I meant amount, sorry, I made a mistake when I was typing. Say amount, it should be amount. And now we just want to create a class variable, which is the amount. So self amount equals amount. Okay, so this is mainly for my Python Intermediate Object-orientated programming series. I do have a series that teaches you everything about object-oriented programming. If you want to check out the playlist, link is in the description. Alright, so let's continue. So we want to create a bank account class. So call this class bank account. I want to define init. And inside here, we just want to use self and set the balance to something like 0. And we just want to create a variable inside here. So self.balance equals the balance. Also guys, if this video is helping you out, leave a like if you appreciate it. It really does help me out with my tutorials. Okay, now that we want to Now that we have created our class variable, we want to define deposit. Def deposit, it's going to use self in the amount. So the amount is where the user just type in a number to deposit. Now if we just say if the amount is less than 0, we just want to raise a negative deposit error by the amount. And otherwise we just want to say self.balance. We'll add it with the amount. We just want to return the balance. And now we want to define withdraw. Def withdraw. And we just want to type in self in the amount. Okay, now that we have added the parameters, we just want to say if amount is greater than the self balance, we just want to raise an insufficient funds error. We just want to say self.balance in the amount, and then we can just say self.balance minus equals the amount. So this minus equals will just subtract, and while this plus equals will add. So it's more like doing so if you do it this way, so it's more like doing it this way, but if you want to do it that way, you can do it, but then I'll just leave it the same way I did it. And now we want to and here we're just going to return the self balance. Okay, now that we have created the deposit and withdraw functions, we want to define to get the balances. So type in def get underscore balance self. Now we're just going to return the self balance. Okay, now that we have defined the bank account class and defined all the functions in the initializer, we want to define the main function, which is the main entry point. Type in def main, and now we want to create an instance of the bank account class. So I'm just going to call this account equals the bank account class. I want to add an amount or something like a balance or something like 100, and then we want to use a try block. So type in try, say print a formatted string. So this is an F string for short, and now we just want to say initial balance, which is account dot get underscore balance. Okay, now just want to say account dot deposit, and we want to just deposit something like 50, and we just say print a format string, let's say balance after deposit, and we just want to say account dot get balance. Okay, and now we just say we want to say account dot withdraw, and we just want to add something like 200. I'm just going to add a space here, and we just want to accept the errors. So accept insufficient funds error as an E. We just want to say print format string insufficient funds error. It's going to print E, and here we just want to say accept, let's say accept negative deposit error as E. We just want to print negative deposit error. It's just going to print E, the exception, and we're going to use a finally block. So just say finally, and we just want to just print out the final balance. So just say final balance equals say account dot get balance. So in this final block, we're just printing the final balance, and here this try block is always required before you start accepting the exception. Otherwise, without this try block and you just accept the exception, it's going to it's going to give you some syntax errors. Okay, so now let's continue. And now we just want to, and since we're on the final line, just want to call our main function. Oh, it gave me an error. I spelled it wrong. It says the initial balance is 100, the balance of the deposit is 150. It says the insufficient funds error, attempt to withdraw 200 with a balance of 150, and we say the final balance is 150. So guys, that is pretty much everything for today. So that's pretty much everything for today. Before I end this video, like the video if you appreciate it. It does really help me out. Subscribe right now and turn on post notifications, because I make lots of Python easy to follow tutorials and other computer related stuff. So if you're interested in that kind of stuff, I want you to subscribe right now and turn on the notifications so you don't miss out on anything. If you have any questions about Python programming, or you're stuck on any part of the video, leave a comment section below. I always get back to you, and I'll see you in my next video. Cheers, bye.